Valley civilization. What we will do? Indus Valley civilization. So Indus Valley civilization is the super most ancient civilization of the world. As you all have must have seen the Great Egypt civilization, the Mummy movie जिसके ऊपर बनी है, Egypt civilization means pyramid. So it is Indus Valley civilization is contemporary to Egyptian civilization. Is contemporary to Egyptian civilization means at the time when pyramids were made, at the same time this Indus Valley civilization was made. What happens that in Indus Valley civilization, the language was pictographic. The language was pictographic. That's why we were not able to read what they have written. We are not still able to read what they have written. So that's why it is still very much unknown. Very much unknown. Okay, so we will study deeply about Indus Valley civilization because many questions are being asked in UPSC in each and every exam. You can see in today's time period, in each and every exam, there are many questions related to Indus Valley civilization. So first of all, watch this video. We will do simply NCRT. We will do simply NCRT because nothing comes beyond NCRT. If we want to explore, then we will explore through videos, or I will explain it through my lectures. Okay.
The ancient city of Mohenjo Dar is one of the first urban centers in human history. Nestled in southern Pakistan's Indus River Valley, Mohenjo Dar is the largest and best preserved city of the Indus civilization.
As you all can see, the roads are 90-degree cut. The roads are 90-degree cut. Okay, the roads are 90-degree cut, and there are these are the flats. These are the remains of the flat. Okay, they used to be single story or double story flats. So whatever the type of colonies maybe you are living in, so they were made just like colonies. Okay, in the present time, the colonies are made just same like that. Okay, so it was the ancient, but can you see these are the baked bricks? These are the baked bricks, means pakki eat. In the time of Rig Veda, in the time of ancient India, just like medieval India, we used to see कच्चे घर मतलब अनबेक्ड ब्रिक्स मिट्टी की ईंटें बनती थी और उन्हें पकाना नहीं जानते थे, ठीक है, और पक्के घर नहीं बनते थे, ठीक है। तो ये चीज हम देखते हैं कि मोहनजोदड़ो के टाइम पे बेक्ड ब्रिक्स हुआ करती थी, बेक्ड ब्रिक्स।
The earliest known civilization of the Indian subcontinent. Mohenjo-Daro was built around 2500 BC, about the same time the Great Pyramids were being built in Egypt, and it spanned a surface area of nearly 500 acres, an incredible size for a city of this time period. Because of Mohenjo-Daro's grand scale, archaeologists believe it may have served as a seat of power for the Indus civilization. The city was divided into two districts, the citadel and the lower town. The citadel is home to the city's exceptional monuments, including the Great Bath, a 900 square foot tank.
So this is the swimming pool of that time, but this swimming pool was for religious bath purposes, and these are the changing rooms. You can imagine this just like changing rooms. Okay, changing rooms. So these are the changing rooms. Can you even imagine 4,700 years back, India was such a developed nation that we were having the changing room, we were having the swimming pool, we were having the flats, and the roads were 90-degree cut, and the bricks were big bricks, and we used to develop all the system here. There was no electricity here. There was no electricity. Can you imagine how this river water, how this swimming pool water gets filled up and gets drowned out? Okay, so gets drained out. So it was completely through river water. it was completely through Indus River water. Just remember it, there was no electricity, just the management of water by one level from to second level. In this way, by leveling of uh, by leveling, all the water system works. And the English toilets, that we used to say in English toilets, with flush, okay, with flush, was there in this time period. uh, they were having the flush, they were having the flush, and they were even having the showers by just pressing some bricks, by just pressing some bricks in toilet, English toilets. They used to flush their seats, and by just clicking the bricks, they used to take the shower in their own room. In their own room, they used to take their shower, and no wastage of electricity, no no pressure pumps was required. And it was such a beautiful system that India should feel always proud of.
Tanks fed from the Indus River. Mohenjo Daro also had a sophisticated water system. Houses had baths and toilets, and the town featured both an elaborate sewage system and fresh water in 700 wells throughout the city. The Roman baths, some of history's most famous waterway systems, weren't constructed until many hundreds of years after Mohenjo-Daro's Great Bath. Mohenjo-Daro has no places of worship or governance, such as palaces, royal tombs, or temples. This may indicate that the society was not built around state interests like the Egyptian and Mesopotamian societies at the time. Rather, the class structure of Mohenjo-Daro may have been relatively equal. The city's second district, the lower town, may demonstrate the society's egalitarian structure. The lower town, with its intricate water system, was home to between 20,000 to 40,000 people. Unlike many urban areas of its time, it was laid out in a grid system similar to modern-day city blocks. After approximately 600 years, the city collapsed. No one is quite sure why, but the cause could potentially have been a change within the culture or in the path of the river. Without its crucial source of water, the city's residents may have moved away, leaving Mohenjo-Daro nearly abandoned. In 1911, nearly 4,000 years after the city fell into ruin, archaeologists paid their first visit. The ensuing decades of excavations have unearthed countless clues that tell the tale of Mohenjo-Daro, but it still holds secrets for us to discover. Clues that tell the tale.
So I would like to show you this thing.
The ensuing
So in this way, the cities were designed. You can see these are the flats, these are the bathrooms. So these are the toilets. They used to take showers, and they are having the pit holes. And the roads were 90 degrees cut, and the roads were 90-degree cut, and their sewage treatment was very well. Their sewage treatment was very well. Just like if the water flows, then they used to construct this, just like I would like to show you, just like this dip. The river is flowing like this. The water through जिसे हम drainage pipelines drainage system कहते हैं. The water flows like this, and the solid part remain in these, and the solid part remain in these. So in this way, their sewage treatment was very well.
Decades of excavations have unearthed countless clues that tell the tale of Mohenjo-Daro, but it still holds secrets for us to discover.
So अब हम इसके थोड़े notes लिख लेते हैं. Harappan story. First city to be discovered. First city to be discovered in Mohenjo-Daro civilization, that is Indus Valley civilization, because of because we found two cities in starting, that is Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. In starting, we found these two cities. So that's why their name was named after them. Okay. Indus Valley civilization was also known as Harappan civilization, was also known as Mohenjo Dar civilization, because they both the cities were founded together. Okay. So most probably Harappan civilization naam dete hain because it was the first city, because Harappan civilization इसलिए कहा जाता है because it was the first city to be discovered. They developed around 4,700 years ago. They developed around 4,700 years ago. So you can cut 2010 years. Okay, 4,700 years ago. It was the data of 2000. Okay, year 2000. So you can imagine now it may be 4,720 years. Okay, now it can be 4,720 years ago. From present day context, it is 4,720 years ago. Okay. Characteristics, usually two parts. West was smaller and higher, that is citadel. West was citadel, as I have shown you. Citadel was there for great bath, any many monuments of just like if the great granaries where we used to put our grains. क्या आप सभी ने एक चीज देखी है कि हमारे घर में हमेशा जो अनाज की टंकी होती है, मतलब ग्रेनरी जो होती है, उसे हम हायर पॉइंट पे रखते हैं. वी ऑलवेज पुट इट एट हायर पॉइंट. मतलब जो हमारे घर में टंकी होती है, गेहूं की टंकी होती है, उसे हम या तो छत पे रखते हैं, मतलब जीने पे रखते हैं, या कहीं पे एक पटरी लगा के रखते हैं. हमेशा एक हायर पॉइंट पे रखते हैं. वाई इज इट सो? Because we want to protect it from moisture and other bacterial activities. Okay, because it is the source of food. It is the source of food. So source of food should always remain protected, because in the time of rain, in the time of other things, the food can destroy. The food can easily destroy. So we always protected our food from being moisturized by nature or by rain or by humidity or anything else. Okay. West was a smaller, higher. So the great granary was there at Citadel. It was the higher point. Higher point. It was the higher point means this is the level of the city, and this is the level of uh, the citadel. The citadel where the great bath is there. Okay, the granary is at the highest point. The granary is at the highest point. Okay, the great bath, water from the great bath comes to the city, that is east larger and lower town. So lower town, it comes towards lower town, and there is pressure of great bath. Okay, great bath acts like a uh, tank, acts like a tank, so it creates the pressure, and the water comes with the pressure. Water comes with the pressure. So this was the use of great bath also. Okay. Walls, baked bricks wall, interlocking patterns, great bath, Mohenjo Daro, breaking lining, plastered. Okay, break the linings, plastered. So there used to be some material, just like to in present time, we are having cement. So they were having some of the material through which they used to plaster, and it is very well tested that that plaster was solid than cement in present time. In present time, the cement is not worth as compared to their plaster. Okay. So you can imagine how developed the Indus Valley civilization peoples were. Watertight with watertight with charcoal. Okay. Steps from two sides, rooms on all sides. So it was four sided room. It was having backyard area also. Okay, so you can see many of the colonies feature, highly developed colonies feature was there in this Indus Valley civilization. So their windows used to open inside, not outside, such that no one can hit. Their gates used to open inside, not outside, such that no one gets hit when they are traveling in the path. And what we see in present time, the peoples are over constructing. मतलब घर के जो छत होती है, छज्जा जिसे कहते हैं हम, तो उसे एक्स्ट्रा आगे बढ़ा के रखते हैं कि हम गली को ऑक्यूपाई कर लें। मतलब हमारे हमसे आज से 4700 बैक जो लोग रहे हैं, वो इतने समझदार थे, और आज के लोग ज्यादा बेवकूफ हैं उनसे। Rooms on all sides, fire altars at the rate Lothal and Kalibangan. Fire altars at the rate Lothal and Kalibangan. Fire altars means street light. They were having the street light in the form of fire altars, mashal के तौर पे, ठीक है? They were having the street light uh, after every 100 meters or 10 meters. It depends on the which city it is. So they used to have fire altars. Just behave like a city light. Just behave like a city light means they were having street light at that time without even electricity. Without no electricity, they were having street lights. So storehouses, they were having storehouses, houses half a story high, rooms around courtyard, separate bathing area, each one means attached bathroom and toilets was there in this time period of Indus Valley civilization. Some had wells, so some people, those who were rich, they used to have their wells also. They used to have their wells also, so they can utilize their own. Just like if you are using the community participation, means the tank water is coming in your home, just and some were having their own submersible, someone having their head wells was just like someone having their own submersible. They are not taking the water from community participation, means they were not participating in the colonies. Okay. Drains, covered drains, so they were having the covered drains, means जो नालियां उनके होती हैं वो covered होती हैं with this straight line slates से, means that can be open up at any time if it blocks. So there was no blockage of silt or their silt or solid waste in their drains. Okay, there was no wastage. Inspection holes means just like आप सभी ने देखा होगा होल्स बनते हैं, बीएमसी के होल्स देखे होंगे सभी, बॉम्बे म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन के होल्स के बारे में तो सबने सुना है कि उनके होल्स हमेशा भरे रहते हैं, तो इनके होल्स कभी नहीं भरे रहते थे. And Bombay Municipal Corporation is receiving the highest tax in the India, and their holes are always filled up, and the Mumbai always get flooded only because of the holes. So inspection of the holes was done time to time. Gentle slope was there, often connected to house drains. So you can imagine this. This was a flush. This was a flushing system. Okay. Streets के बारे में बात करते हैं. Planned along with drains and houses. So drains के साथ और houses के according ये plan की जाती थी, because they were 90-degree cuts, and there were proper management of the roads. So city life very busy, rulers. So there we see that no sign of dynasties is being seen, because there was no god and there was no one else, because we don't see god, we don't see kingdoms. So it was a planned management system, just like if we are working according to Indian administrative services. Okay, if we are working according to IS, then we will have same Indus Valley civilization system. If we work according to Narendra Modi or the Congress, so we will have some of the ideological sculptures, just like Prabhu Shri Ram or Sonia Gandhi or Mahatma Gandhi. So we will have some of the sculptures related to party ideologies. Okay, so there was no such parties being seen. Planned the city, employed people to get resources, precious items for themselves. So precious items was reserved for themselves, such like in present day context, you can see the taxes are reserved by the civil servants. Okay, sorry. So it was just like taxes. Scribes who can write made seals. Okay, wrote as required, so they were the literate persons. Scribes who can write made seals, wrote as required. So seals were the brand of India. So seals are just like in today's context what we see, that brand Adidas. So seals are just like Adidas company has come to your place, and we are providing you this seal, and you can ask for the money later on also. We can even borrow something, मतलब उधार ले सकते थे हम on the basis of seals. On the basis of seals uh, we can borrow anything from any country, because Indian seals were very important. Okay, so their trades was seen as the highest trade in all over the world at that time period. So craftsmen made things at home or workshops. Made things at home or workshops. So in today's context, what we are focusing on, Atmanirbhar Bharat. Made things at home or workshops. So it is the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, means in the time of Indus Valley civilization, the India was Atmanirbhar. We were not dependent on anyone. People travel to distant lands, and they never tell the route. To any nation, such that no one can come to India. They don't tell anyone the route of India. Okay, people travel to distant lands. Terracotta toys. So toys were there related to terracotta, also found terracotta toys. Okay, सो टेराकोटा टॉयज आर जस्ट लाइक कुछ लकड़ी का बना दिया हमने, कुछ मतलब ऐसी ऐसी चीजें शायद मैंने अपने बचपन में इस्तेमाल भी करी है टेराकोटा टाइप में। तो लकड़ी का बना दिया, या क्या कहते हैं, नीम के पेड़ की निम्बोली ली और उससे कुछ स्ट्रक्चर बना दिया, कुर्सी बना दी, बेड बना दिया। सो दीज आर द स्ट्रक्चर्स जस्ट लाइक दिस, मतलब whatever we derive from the nature, we just make toys from them. We are not making plastic toys that a child destroys within 10 days and create the pollution. So the root of your society is on pollution, and their society was highly developed. So new crafts, most things are of stone shells and metal, copper, gold, bronze, and silver. Copper, gold, bronze, and silver. Most things are stone shells and metal. Stone shells and metal. Copper, gold, bronze, and silver. Iron was not known at this time period, but just remember it. All the metals were known, just the iron was not known. That's why cultivation was very hard at this time period. Cultivation of crops was very hard at this time period, because gold and bronze and silver, they are not solid enough to cultivate any field. Okay, because they melt, or they are having the property of high ductility and malleability. They have low property of solid, being a solid metal. Okay, being a solid metal, they don't behave like a solid metal. They have high malleability and ductility. So in the crop field, we require highly metal. We require highly solid metal. Copper and bronze, tools, weapons, ornaments, vessels. Gold and silver, ornaments and vessels. Okay, gold and silver ka kaam, ornaments and vessels. Weights, made of shirt, used to weigh precious stones. Okay, we make as you have seen, must have seen, काफी सारे जो कबाड़ी आते हैं हमारे घर पे, वो अपने साथ क्या कहते हैं, एक बाट लेके आते हैं, और मतलब एक वेइंग का वो लेके आते हैं, और साथ में कुछ पत्थर ले आते हैं, मतलब पहाड़ वाले पत्थर होते हैं, तो उन्हें साथ में ले आते हैं, और ये कहते हैं कि ये जी 250 ग्राम का है, ये आधे किलो का है, ठीक है। तो इस तरीके से दे यूज्ड टू मेक शर्ट, वे प्रीशियस स्टोन्स, वे प्रीशियस स्टोन्स, जस्ट लाइक डायमंड एंड अदर थिंग्स, दे यूज्ड टू वे प्रीशियस स्टोन्स। ओके, प्रीशियस स्टोन्स क्या होता है कि वो घिसते नहीं है, बट पहाड़ का पत्थर तो घिसता है ना, तो इसलिए दे यूज्ड टू वे थ्रू प्रीशियस स्टोन्स। बीड्स, बीड्स मेड ऑफ carnelian beautiful and red stone, कार्नेलियन ब्यूटीफुल रेड स्टोन, आज के टाइम पे हम इसे क्या कहते हैं, रूबी। ओके, कट शेप्ड पॉलिश्ड एंड बोर्ड, कट शेप्ड पॉलिश्ड एंड बोर्ड। Stone blades, stone blades, so we used to see that stone age was still there, stone age was still there because they were not having any solid thing, that is iron. Okay, because of only iron, they were lacking in cultivation, they were lacking in cultivation। एम्ब्रॉयडर्ड, एम्ब्रॉयडर्ड क्लोथ्स, एम्ब्रॉयडरी आप सभी जानते होंगे, लखनऊ, लखनऊ की एम्ब्रॉयडरी होती है। ओके, सो एम्ब्रॉयडरी क्लोथ्स, एम्ब्रॉयडर्ड क्लोथ्स। सील्स मेड ऑफ स्टोन, generally rectangular, generally rectangular, generally animal carved on them, so seals are just made from pop, plaster of paris। तो प्लास्टर ऑफ पेरिस में आप कभी छत पे अगर कोई किसी के यहाँ पे लगा हो, जो छोटी छोटी सी वो ब्रेक्स लगाते हैं, तो नीचे से तो वो प्लेन होता है, मतलब नीचे से तो वो चिकना सा लगता है, ठीक है, बट ऊपर की साइड जो होती है उसकी रफ होती है, ठीक है, ऊपर की साइड उसकी रफ होती है। So we always see that POP is smooth from bottom and rough from upward side, or rough from upward side. So seals were made just like that. Okay, animals were carved on them, but their backside always remains rough. So these were the seals. Generally, animals carved on them. Okay, now we go on pottery with black design. With black design. So black pottery was very famous at this time. Cotton grown at Mehergarh around 5000 BC. Grown at Mehergarh around 5000 BC. So Mehergarh was the civilization before them. Was not civilization, just a city area before them. So civilization means city areas. Okay. Clothes were found attached to silver vase at Mohenjo Dar. Silver vase at Mohenjo Dar. Clothes were found attached to silver vase at Mohenjo Dar. At Mohenjo Dar. Spindles, walls of terracotta and fence. Fence were used to spin thread. Were used to spin thread. Okay, spindles, walls of terracotta, and fence. Fence were used to spin thread. So spinning of thread was there. Means कातक, मतलब सूत को काटना, सूत को काटना, मतलब we used to drive the terracotta by making threads. Okay, by spinning the threads, by spinning the threads. Fence is artificially produced. Fence is artificially produced. A gum was used to shape sand or powered quartz into object objectant and then glazed, objectant and then glazed. So can you can anyone tell me from which thing the LCD is made, LCD or the glass or anything is made? It is a very beautiful question of science। मीन्स कांच बनता किसका है? आंसर, आंसर मी, आंसर मी। एनीवन नोस? शुभम, आंसर करना है। नो। ओके, मैं आपको बताता हूँ, कांच बनता है रेत से, मतलब पहाड़ से जो रेत आता है उसी से ही आपका कांच बनता है। रेत को पिघला के ही कांच बनाया जाता है, ठीक है। सो रेत को पिघलाने से कांच बनता है। सो व्हाट वी आर सीइंग हियर, अ गम वाज यूज्ड टू शेप सैंड और पावर्ड क्वार्ट्ज इनटू ऑब्जेक्ट एंड देन glazed. So a gum was used to shape sand or powered quartz. तो क्वार्ट्ज एक टाइप का कांच बनाने का काम भी इस टाइम पे किया जाता था, ठीक है। कांच की एम्ब्रॉयडरी करी जाती थी और कांच के काफी सारे इस्तेमाल करे जाते थे। gives shiny glass surface gives shiny glossy surface, sorry, glossy surface, blue or sea green, blue or sea green. So there were not filters at that time, okay, so that's why uh, they they used to change color from blue to sea green, from blue to sea green. Okay, that's all for this class. अब हम मिलते हैं 10-10 पे। Okay, join me at 10-10 sharp.